The Sunliner Diner is one of the most iconic restaurants on the Gulf Coast, taking guests on a blast to the past with classic milkshakes, retro cars, and 24/7 breakfast. This old school diner is always booming, but is the wait really worth it? Today we're going to be going over everything you need to know about the Sunliner Diner so you can decide if it's a must-do for your next trip to Gulf Shores. If you want to take a step back in time and get a feeling for what life was like in the 1950s, you're in luck. The Sunliner Diner is located just walking distance from the white sands of Gulf Shores, offering a variety of classic diner delicacies like burgers, milkshakes, waffles, meatloaf, and so on. The restaurant is heavily themed in the 50s style, featuring decor icons like classic red bar stools, vintage car booth seats, and a jukebox blaring retro tunes, all wrapped up in a classic chrome exterior. If you're lucky, you can request the iconic car booth displayed at the front of the restaurant. If you let the host know you don't mind waiting for the best seat in the house, they'll do their best to accommodate you. This is a great restaurant for a quick bite before heading out to the beach or for that midday break, since it's walkable from the beach and many condos in the area. It's a convenient spot where you can expect relatively quick service if you want to get in and out, though in peak season you may have to wait a bit before being seated. The best times to go are early in the morning, just when they open, or in the evenings about an hour or so before closing. Now, the atmosphere is what really sells this place. You can expect to be immersed in some serious time warping. The abundant attention to detail captures all aspects of a classic 50s diner, just like you've stepped into an episode of the Happy Days. Leather interior car booths, malt shop style bar stools, and checkered floors give the restaurant that classic diner character. Not to mention the building's chrome exterior and vintage cars parked out front, bringing that 50s style from the outside in. If you look around the restaurant, you'll find plenty of smaller details like old school ads and memorabilia from the era, old school candy jars and milkshake glasses, and even a printed menu on newspaper. If you got some spare change, pop it into the jukebox and pick an old tune to enjoy while you dine. Even if kids don't recognize the time-specific decor, it's a very kid-friendly restaurant with some very kid-friendly menu choices. They even give kids, or anyone interested, their own hats and crayons to design and wear during the meal. Even because of all the hustle and bustle, it can be loud, so it's not exactly a relaxing experience. Now let's talk about the menu. Like we said, this is not a place to go for a fancy dinner. At the Sunliner Diner, you're going to find classic comfort food. We're talking onion rings, burgers, fries, milkshakes, that kind of thing. The food here is simple but well done in our opinion. Many of the recipes are prepared as they would have been in the 50s, especially when it comes to the dessert offerings. You'll find all of the standard breakfast options like pancakes, bacon, and eggs, but they do a great job with some of their more unique menu items. We really enjoyed the corned beef hash. This dish is made of tender, house-made corned beef hash mixed with green and red peppers, onions, and hash browns, topped with 2 eggs and green onions. The hash was light and crispy, and the beef was flavorful and cooked perfectly. They also have a few lighter options on the breakfast menu as well, like avocado toast, omelets, and parfaits. For lunch and dinner, you can find a variety of burgers, salads, and sandwiches, as well as their heftier specialty options like meatloaf, steak, and fried fish. Our favorites were the meatloaf and chicken fried steak. The meatloaf was moist and cooked perfectly with a deliciously flavorful gravy. The chicken fried steak was served warm and juicy with a crisp golden crust. The mashed potatoes and green beans were decent, but nothing to brag about. You can also find many healthier or lighter choices on the dinner menu, like the grilled chicken sandwich, or turkey avocado club, or any of their salad offerings. You can also switch out any burger patty for a Beyond plant-based patty if you're looking for a vegetarian option. If you're looking for something truly nostalgic, choose between one of their many classic spun milkshakes that come in tons of flavors. There's plenty to choose from, but if you can't decide which milkshake to try, go with the Big Tickle Party. Just choose between chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry, and they'll whip up a custom shake just for you with various toppings and additions. They also offer made-from-scratch cakes and pies. You can order a single slice or a whole cake when available. Now, if you've got something you really want to celebrate with a larger group, you're definitely going to need a large group with this one. You're going to want to try the Happy Day Sundae. Coming in at $50, this massive treat is loaded with ice cream, brownies, ice cream cones, suckers, marshmallows, sprinkles, macaroons, and so much more. This is definitely the most shareable option because it's huge and it will definitely curb a sweet tooth. If you're looking for specialty cocktails with a retro vibe, the Sunliner also offers some well-known cocktail options like Bloody Marys, mimosas, White Russians, and so on, but they also serve their own version of the classic Gulf Shore icon, the Bushwhacker. This hand-spun vanilla milkshake is made of Hershey's syrup, Malibu rum, and coffee liqueur, topped with whipped cream, chocolate drizzle, and a cherry. They also have a delicious Irish cream coffee. This boozy coffee is made of Bailey's house-blended coffee and topped with whipped cream and a sweet treat. Add vanilla ice cream if you really want to enhance the sweetness. If you're a fan of flavored soda pops, they have tons of flavors to choose from. My favorite is always the classic cream soda. It's super thick and creamy and definitely very, very sweet. Now let's move on to the price. Fries run from a range of $10 to $20, which we think is fair since this is such an in-demand and unique restaurant. If you compare the Sunliner prices to some of the other options in the area, it's a bargain for the quality and amount of food you get, not to mention the atmosphere. The portions are decent and the milkshakes are totally shareable. So is it worth it? The Sunliner Diner is a unique choice in the area, but like we've mentioned, it's not where you want to take your group for a high-class dining experience. The restaurant is all about atmosphere, incredible attention to detail, and quick bites that transport you to another era. If you visited the Sunliner Diner before or you're thinking about trying it on your next trip, let us know in the comments. Also, let us know if there's any other restaurants or experiences in the Gulf Shores area that you would like for us to give a full detailed review on. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video.